narrative how he challenged the false prophets of the god Baal to a duel, and he demonstrated to them that there is no god Baal who never answered the pleas of his prophets to take the sacrifice. But as soon as Elijah called upon the God of Israel, fire came down and consumed the sacrifice. Today we kind of pick up the story where Elijah has brought about a drought in Israel as a punishment upon the king who was worshiping false idols himself. And eventually Elijah, after a period of time, prayed that the drought would end and that rain would come. While he was praying, we hear, he sent his servant out to look at the sky over the sea, to see whether there were any clouds coming. And at first, the servant came back and said, I see nothing. And he had the servant do this 7 times. 7 times he told the servant, go out and look. And then the 7th time, the servant saw a small cloud approaching from the sea. He knew that rain was coming. In the gospel today, Jesus says we have to be careful about the way we treat other people. We must not kill or hate. We must not think poorly of people. We must not curse people. All of these sins, hatred, cursing, killing, they come about because we have made some terrible judgment about another person or even a group of people. I was speaking with a person recently who told me she had a terrible habit of judging other people as soon as she saw them. People that she didn't even know. When she saw them, how they looked, how they dressed, how they spoke, how they groomed themselves, how they acted, she would come to some negative judgment about them. And we may struggle with the same sin. We look at people from the outside and we size them up, oftentimes critically. So maybe we need to do what Elijah told his servant to do while waiting for rain. He told his servant, go out and look 7 times. Maybe we need to take a 2nd look, or a 3rd look, or a 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th look at another person whom we have judged. Maybe if we took time to really know other people, we might arrive at a more favorable judgment of them. When we take time getting to know people whom we may have judged unfairly, then what are we doing? We are looking for Christ within them. At first, we may not see Jesus in people for some reason, but if we really took time to look more deeply into that person's life, or to get to know them, or to hear the stories of their life, we might discover Christ is within them. Then we can adjust our incorrect judgment. We could repent for our first impressionistic judgment, and then seek forgiveness and be reconciled. So as surely as the rain will fall, when you see dark clouds on the horizon, so too the mercy of God will come upon us when we see Christ approaching